These are crazy things. I wanted to touch on another subject to see what you thought of this. There's this guy, right?
Uh,
Marcus Evans. He's an Illinois Democrat. I'm not sure what role is, like if he's a senator or whatever, something that has to do with the Democratic Party in Illinois. But he wants to ban GTA, Grand Theft Auto, the game, because he says that this is the cause for like a rise in carjacking.
oh man,
What do you think, BJ?
Marcus Evans is a representative um, from Illinois, and I did read about this, and I don't know why they've always tried to go after video games and always claiming that it's too violent, that it incites this, that it incites that, and they don't think about what is actually like what is actually driving this person to commit this crime. Like, ask the person, talk to the person. They're humans. They're human beings. They're individuals. What motivated you to do this crime? Like, why are you doing this? And if the person says, "Oh, I did it because I saw it on GTA and I thought it was fun, I thought it was cool," and you see that trend and you see that many people doing it over and over again, then we could talk about you know fixing that in a certain way, maybe putting a disclaimer on the game or something like that. But you have to understand that that's a game. Like, that's not real life. Like, real life doesn't work the way that games work. So you can't just say that, oh, because this person was susceptible or um highly influenceable, and this game made them go and do this. No, like,
Would you say it's patronizing to assume that people will be motivated by a video game to do like heinous acts? Like it almost feels like you think like we're a joke. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't give humans enough credit. Like you know what I mean? Like, I think a killer, whatever's triggering that person, is not the fucking video game. That
right,
that guy has problems, and I
right.
actually think, furthermore, I'm trying to use shit that I learned in college.
The
Furthermore,
books in the books you read.
in the books. Furthermore, I actually think that gaming, even if violent or whatever, can actually release certain emotions, especially in men, that can actually improve their real life. Because sort of like people that do jujitsu or boxing, they take out their anger and shit in their training, and that allows them to be like more calm and shit. I
Uh-huh.
think that gaming like can actually do that too, and I think that people understand that when you're shooting somebody in the face with a shotgun on Call of Duty, it's a game.
Hmm.
I mean, when
I
I'm fucking
mean,
owning motherfuckers, it ain't no game, but
it ain't a fucking game, but it's a game.
it
Yeah,
is a
like,
game.
it's not real life. Like, there's a consequence for you pulling out a shotgun in the middle of Calle Ocho and shooting a motherfucker in the face. You can't do that in real life. You can do that in the game. By all means, go for it. You could even, let's say, you could even design a character to look like the guy that works in your job that you fucking hate his fucking guts, and then just fucking like beat the shit out of him every day. You could
Damn
do
you,
that.
damn. That's like a that's you. Would you support that?
I If that's what you want to do, but then
You heard? He said that today.
that's what you
No,
want to
but
do, then go for it.
that's crazy, right? Like, is that something that people would look at as being
Look,
positive or
look,
negative?
look at, oh, what about these rooms, these rooms that they have with shit that you break. Like, you pay $100 and you go and you into a room and you just break shit, and it helps the person release anger and release stress and do all that. Does that mean that that person wants to go into other people's houses or in other people's places and break shit and beat the shit out of them with a bat? No, like, they just have anger issues that they don't know how to deal with, that they take it out on these things, should they also see a psychologist? Because
I was
like
I was about to say,
should they go see somebody? Possibly. Like if you just see like a person with a band just beating the same fucking thing over and
if
over,
they,
and
dude,
you're like,
if you're dealing with someone that has to go on daily sessions to these breakathon rooms, suggest help and try not to hang with them too much.
like that's where we go into like I feel like when a person targets a video game saying that it incites violence or it incites a person to do this or incites a person to do that, they're using it as a scapegoat to not have to address the real problem as to what is causing this person to do this. A person doesn't just wake up one day and wants to jack a car. A person doesn't just wake up one day and wants to kill a person. A person doesn't just wake up one day and be like, look, I want to just go and shoot a whole bunch of kids in a elementary school. No, things in that person's life led that person to do that. Like events, scenarios. Maybe he's born into a home with like seven different kids, and the other six kids would bully him all the time or some shit, you know? And they were all different age ranges. And he's like, well, fuck it, let me just go shoot up a high school because it reminds me of my whole family that just bullied the shit out of me for my entire life. You know, like don't just say that it's certain things that is causing somebody to do that without exploring what is actually causing that person to do that. Usually the person that's jacking a car is because they need money. Why do they need money? Because they need to pay bills. What kind of bills do they have? They have hospital bills. They have this bill. They have that bill. So what's going on with that person? That person has a hospital bill because they have terminal cancer and they have no other way of paying for this. So they need to go rob a car. And if they go to jail, that's better than being at home without money because they're dying. You know, like obviously that's not the case with every single person. Obviously, some people are just assholes and
You know,
just
like
steal cars to
you
steal
know who
cars.
Jordan Peterson is?
Jordan Peterson, yes.
He said that one of the main factors for IQ is like attention that you get from your parents, and a lot of most of the well, not most of the time, all the time, the kid with the most IQ in a family is the firstborn
Uh-huh.
because it parents pay a lot more attention to the firstborn usually. Then the other ones come and it's like yeah whatever.
That can be true.
So no, it is true. Like it's proven that
Oh
attention that
yeah.
your parents give you,
Okay.
yeah. That like there's other factors
Oh,
like
sorry. Sorry,
nutrition.
I don't read.
No, I know you know, my thesis I did it on genetics and predispositions to. I don't want to get you confused with these
Yeah,
terms. You won't
yeah.
understand
Nah,
it.
nah. I wouldn't definitely.
No, but
Unless you made a movie about it, then I'd watch it.
no, but IQ, like for example, one of the main things like nutrition.
Hmm.
Kids that are malnourished when they're like that fucks up so much. But attention and from your parents. So
Right.
what I was gonna say is this shit that we're talking about with kids. It seems like it's responsible to have kids when you can. We talked about this in the last podcast because you're gonna be able to provide them the shit that they need to succeed and not be fucking monsters in society. Because I find it that these monsters come from fucked up situations, and you know, like there was this person I think on Instagram, but I saw like a little article on it where it's a family that's trying to have as many kids as possible, and what they're doing, bro, is you know the when you can rent uh, a lady to carry your child,
Uh huh. A surrogate.
a surrogate, right? So for example, she wanted to have a lot of kids, so she had 11 people, like 11 women,
Oh my god.
simultaneously
Having
create
children.
kids, yeah, from the
For,
I guess the husband's sperm, and her, I guess because they do use
Right, like she
The
has one, but then there's like 11 more ladies with his sperm, but they're her like each of their
No,
eggs.
I'm not even sure if she's having one, but you do know with the surrogates, they grab the why
Oh,
can't I
the
remember this
mom's
shit? Yeah, the
the
moms, the
mom's ovum.
whatever the oval, the thing, the fucking ovulo, man. Why
The
the fuck? Why the fuck? When I'm
ovum.
recording, I forget all this shit. But whatever, the little egg where the
Uh-huh.
sperm creates, they grab it from the
The
original
lady.
woman,
Uh-huh.
yeah, and then they put it in the different surrogates, right?
Uh-huh.
And she has like 17 kids now, and she says she wants to get to 100. And I'm like, and she's like, oh, I mean, they got money, right? But it's like, to me, that's so stupid. Like that, like you're not gonna be able to give the kids the attention they need, just by time, like time
Yeah, yeah,
restraint.
there's no way.
Besides the fact that how are you gonna really love something you have 100 of?
Right. Unless you have them all like in a single class. And then
No,
even
no, but
even
what I'm
then
saying
like
is,
yeah,
would
like
you love your kid that much if you had 100 of them, or would you be like, if one of you dies, I kind of don't care too much.
maybe they're betting on that. Like, like out of 100, one of them has to do something like with their life or some shit like that. And one of them has to,
I find it
and
to be so
maybe
selfish and so stupid to try to do something like that just for the. It seems like
that,
for the
that
heck of it.
basically like it seems to me like, you know what, we're bored. Let's just have 100 kids and see what happens.
You know what I think? Like, if anything, if you're gonna do that because you got money to provide,
Uh-huh.
do it with adopted kids.
Okay.
With kids that are already here and don't have anybody to take care of them. You're gonna bring a bunch of kids into the world with your, or maybe they're trying to do like Genghis Khan or like, like
To,
just
to,
have their
to,
seed
to spread
be,
the legacy. I mean,
yeah.
I never understood that.
Do you want to have kids?
Of course,
No, not
but
of course. Today,
no, I mean, of
people,
course.
in the Broskiedoodles, we support people that don't want to have kids, right,
Oh,
DJ?
también, yeah, it's your choice. But you're asking me if I want to have kids. Of course, I want to have kids.
Do you want to
But
have
is it
17,
is
100?
not 17 or 100? Probably like
How many?
16. No, three
Okay.
at most. Three at most.
Three a month.
But
Okay.
ideally two.
A girl and a boy. That's the Latin
Preferably,
way.
preferably the male first.
La niña y el niño.
El niño y el niño, exactly.
Well, it's kind of like with you.
Basically,
Okay.
like a photocopy of my life, I guess, if you want
All
to say
right.
that.
All right. All right. So, in general, you would say that video games are not what's causing people to do violent acts or crimes.
In general, for the most part, no.
So, you're saying there could be people that are being influenced by this.
I could only speak from personal experience. I have found myself to be really involved in a game and then have somebody interrupt me or like stop me from playing the game and like acted violently, but in retrospect it was more so like if like a baby playing with his little rattle and you take the rattle away and he throws like a tantrum, kind of, almost.
Okay, but that's like different. Like you're talking about like
Yeah,
maybe
that's but like
like it's not
but
like you going and doing crimes based on the games you're playing. It's
right,
just you want
no,
to
no,
play
no,
this
no,
so bad, and they're like, no, you gotta
no, exactly. So
take
it's more
out the
like an
trash,
anxiety, exactly. Take out the trash, do this, do
and
that.
you're like, I'm
Like,
fucking raiding this
what
shit.
the fuck?
I'm
Like,
saving
could
the
you pick a
world
better
from.
time?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, lady, I'm saving the world right now. You wouldn't understand it. I'm making sure the horde doesn't come into our house and fucking murder us. I'm trying to not have a gladiator happen in our home.
I, I need to save Cortana. She's on the brink of fucking dying right now.
And if Cortana dies,
I
then that's
die.
it.
That's
No,
the
no,
end.
the flood.
The flood rules all. But yeah, like so yeah, that's different than the oh shit, you know what? That's pretty cool that this guy got shot in the head. Let me go do it outside of the street. No, I'm never like that. It's more been like a reactionary to it stopping. But you know, like you see it afterwards and you're like, fuck, I shouldn't have really reacted that way or shouldn't have done that way. But you're so caught up in the game that you forget.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there has been people like with World of Warcraft that went a bit crazy. Uh, you know, um, like if their moms didn't allow them to play, like I think there were even some suicides. Like,
No, I mean,
but I think that's always the extremes in things, right? There's always gonna
right.
be one crazy guy that's gonna be like, "Oh fuck this shit." Like there was a guy that committed suicide. I hate when people say, "Oh, he suicided."
He's suicided.
That's not even real, right?
No, right.
He committed suicide.
Uh
You see motherfuckers that have an accent, but the grammatic is on point. I know you're fucking judging me, you piece of shit.
huh.
No, but
Remember, you
this
read.
guy, the stocks. No, the book is better. The stocks. Some guy lost a bunch of shit on the game stocks,
Uh-huh.
and then he off himself.
Right. In the Robin Hood trading on
Yeah, so,
options,
so,
he
so it's always
lost.
gonna be the extremes, but
Oh,
in general,
uh-huh.
people be I don't think that video games or even movies make people. Now, how about like social media? That does influence people, right? A lot more, if anything.
I mean, have you ever? I mean, I the movies, I kind of feel kind of some sort of way because every time I watch Fast and Furious in a theater and then I leave to my car to go drive home, you're driving fast as fuck. Just because you just saw Vin Diesel and Ludacris and all these people were driving fast in the movie, even though you know it's wrong, but you try, yeah, yeah,
Do
yeah,
you think
because you.
that those like Fast and the Furious movies are kind of like that scene that you told me in the last podcast about that movie, Idiocracy,
Mhm.
where they're going to a theater and it's just like an ass farting for an hour and a
Yes.
half?
Yeah, so
Would
it
that be
is
Fast and the Furious?
like a sensory, like it's more, it appeals more to your senses and to your basic instinct versus like
Okay.
thought.
Do you think those type of movies go along with our low IQ, and that's why they're so entertaining?
They I want to say that even a monkey could watch Fast and Furious and find it entertaining.
Actually, is whom finds it most entertaining?
Oh
The
man.
target market.
They're gonna start playing Fast and Furious at the zoos and shit. Oh fuck.
Fast and the Furious 10 premiering on the New York Metro Zoo.
And they have like they have a, what is it? What's that thing called? Um, like a test group, like a test subject for the new title and for the new movie. And what do you guys think?
When they see the explosions, they're like, "What?" And then the director's like, add more explosions.
More explosions. You can never go wrong with those. Dude,
Have
those
the
scenes
rock
are
fly from one building to the other.
that have you seen the most recent trailer for the, I think Fast and Furious 9, is it now, the one that's coming out in the summer?
I don't even know, bro. This
Bro,
looks like a thunder, Tropic Thunder like meme shit. You know how in Tropic Thunder there was like one movie that they just kept coming out with like 10 to 10, 11.
uh
It's I mean, I don't blame them. That's their little cash cow, and those
yeah,
actors.
oh
Like
yeah.
Ludacris, which is one of like my favorite rappers. He straight up like quit rap to just become a Fast and the Furious cast.
And he's a tech guy.
Oh, he's a tech guy, really?
In the movie he's like the tech guy, because there's always like a guy, like there's like a tech guy, the sporty guy, the guy that